Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Nick, and today I actually have something really special for you guys. This is going to be some gameplay from the upcoming next-gen only title, Evolved. This game is slated to come out Q1 of next year, but lucky for you and me, 2K Studios was really nice, and they actually flew myself and a bunch of other YouTubers directly to their studios in California a couple weeks ago, and they let us play the game locally against each other, and which was awesome. But they also allow us to capture some direct gameplay footage. So I'm going to be sharing some gameplay of the monster from my perspective. This is my gameplay. We're going to be playing as the Goliath, which is probably exactly what you think when you think of a monster. Right now, I am choosing what I want to spend the first 3 points that I get at the very beginning of the game in, and then I get to choose my perk. And in this case, I'm pretty sure I chose the ability to feed 50% faster. That will make more sense as we get into it, and the other ones are kind of self-explanatory. Extra 15% damage and 15% resistance to damage, and these are the characters or the hunters that I will be going against. But yeah, sexy voiced lady will tell you some more things.
Goliath is a physical brute with powerful melee abilities. Use the smell ability to highlight nearby hunters and wildlife. Melee attacks are very effective at close range. Eat to gain armor and evolve. Goliath can climb almost any surface. Leap to travel faster. The leap ability recharges over time and will leap towards the crosshair's location. A well-placed rock throw delivers a crushing blow from a distance. The leap smash is effective against one target or many. Fire breath is ideal for damaging multiple targets at once. Charge attack can close the distance in combat or aid escape.
And sexy voiced lady did a pretty good job. So at the very beginning of the game, the monster has the opportunity to escape before encountering the hunters, and I told you guys at the very beginning that I chose the feed ability as my perk. I found that this was actually the most useful for new players especially. It doesn't become as important later on because once you reach the final stage you don't need to feed as much, whereas if you chose damage, resistance, or being able to damage more, that sticks with you or that's benefiting you regardless of what level you are. But I find that being able to feed really quickly puts you in a pretty good position. So the name of the game is Evolved, so you have to first find wildlife throughout the environment and you basically eat them. And as you eat them, you see that blue outer ring that is glowing and growing. So once you fill that blue outer ring, you have the opportunity to evolve, and obviously the larger monsters around the map as well. But I find that the amount of energy and health you risk trying to take those enemies down, and it actually also gives the hunters an opportunity or more opportunity to close in on you, it's not really worth it. You'll see right here that this monster had like a special icon above his head. Those ones are elite. They're the special perk monsters throughout the which can be found throughout the environment. That first one had the ability to move 50% faster, which is really sweet, especially at the very beginning. It's only temporary. You see that outer ring in the top right hand corner, so you don't get it permanently, but you get it temporary, which is a nice thing. So right now I do not want to encounter the hunters right away because I am not strong enough, in my opinion. The other team consists of other YouTubers. Like I said, the Rad Brad was on that team as well as Ghost Robo. So those two are pretty good gamers and they caught on to the game pretty quickly. And I didn't think that tackling them at stage 1, the starting stage, would be the best idea. So I made sure that I wanted to evolve at least once. So right now, I felt that I was in a safe position because once you're evolving, you actually get put into a cocoon stage and you're vulnerable to attack. So you want to make sure that you're far enough away from the hunters and they don't know where you are. So every time you evolve, you get another 3 points to put into any attack that you want. And you actually become physically larger as well. You can't see it that well from this perspective because the camera pulls back a little. If it didn't, then the monster would be basically your entire screen. So in this case, the hunters actually caught up to me, and one of the abilities one of the classes has, which was the trapper, it's called Mobile Arena, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It drops this gigantic dome around the monster if he gets caught in it, and he can't escape it. The only way he can escape it is either to kill the trapper or just let the mobile arena run its course. It's not permanent, but it lasts a pretty long time. So in this case, I decided that in most class-based games, you're always best off to take down the medic right away so she can't heal the rest of the team. So once the medic was down, then I thought it would be a good opportunity to finally take down the trapper and get this mobile arena down and make my escape so I could grow and feed even more. But actually, from rewatching this gameplay, I think that if I would have pushed a little bit harder, I had already taken down the medic, so if I would have pushed a little bit harder, then I might have been able to actually kill the team just being at stage 2, but I was kind of panicking, so as you can see, I didn't have much health left, so I thought it was a good idea to just run away. The reason why I chose the dash ability at the very beginning of the game, before it even started, is because it's really, really versatile. It allows you to attack and then escape quickly, just as the lady said. By feeding, you can't refill your health gauge, which is the red meter. The only thing that it refills is your shields. The only way to refill your health meter is to actually evolve. And even when you evolve, it doesn't fill up completely. So basically what you want to avoid is you don't want to get slowly chipped at. Because since you can't refill your health and there's only a limited amount of times you can evolve, and then getting into a situation where your health is slowly getting chipped away is just not ideal. So right now I'm using my smell ability to try to stay away from the hunters, and I'm trying to use my environment to kind of help with that as well. Using your environment is crucial regardless of what side you're playing as. If you're playing as the hunter, you have the opportunity to take down wildlife as well for extra perks, and you may also want to avoid tackling or fighting the monster, or in this case the Goliath, which is me, if there are other larger monsters around, because they'll attack you. Then you have to divide your resources and fight 2 monsters at once, which isn't a good thing. And you also have man-eating plants that are scattered throughout the entire map. So a lot to take in. I'll dive into more specifics of each of the classes when I show you guys video of each of them. I have gameplay footage of every single class, so I'll describe more in depth each one a little bit later on. Right now we'll focus on the Goliath. So right now I'm still trying to find the opportunity to feed and build up my gauge to evolve to the 3rd and final stage. You can only evolve twice per game. The max one is level 3, and yeah, so right now I have filled my experience, or that blue ring, and right now I'm just trying to find a nice safe spot to get away from the hunters and evolve. But unfortunately right now I got caught in the mobile arena. The mobile arena is like really, really huge, and the only way that you don't get caught in it is if the person or the trapper just throws it up way too early. And right now, because I'm only at stage 2 and I do not have that much health left, I'm using the environment to help me out. By that I mean we're in kind of like a cliffy area, and the only way that the hunters can get up cliffs is by using their jetpacks. but their jetpacks aren't unlimited. They have to wait a while before they can recharge and before they can use them again. Here I got trapped by a person using a harpoon, but if you swipe it, you can get away quickly. They decided here to split up and put 2 in the bottom, 2 in the top, which is perfectly fine. In a 2v1 battle, the monster has a big advantage, as you can see right there. I took down the trapper, the person who put up the mobile arena. So since I took him down, then the mobile arena drops and I can make my escape. And right now, once again, I'm still trying to find a place where I can safely get away and evolve to the 3rd and final stage. When you evolve to the 3rd and final stage, the secondary objective that allows the monster to win pops up. So there are 2 ways the monster can win. He can either kill all 4 of the monsters. It doesn't matter what stage he's in. It can happen at any time, so long as they're all down at the same time. Or once you evolve to stage 3, your last objective comes up, which is you have to destroy the power generator, which is the area where I'm actually right now am. It's that blue glowing arc reactor kind of thing. But at this point I thought I still needed a little bit more shields, so I didn't stay here to try to destroy it. When I was playing the entire time, no one was actually successful at destroying the power generator, just because even if there's only 1 hunter left, so long as he's just like even taking pot shots at you at a very, very long distance, you can't resume in trying to destroy it. You have to make sure that there's basically no one around you. You saw right there that the person who threw down that mobile arena missed, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to make my escape. So yeah, in all the games I played, the only way the monster was successful was he got to a point where he was strong enough and he took down all the hunters at the same time. You'll notice that once you take down a hunter, there are opportunities for them to revive or respawn again, but that's once you get into the later stages. You'll see it when I show you the actual gameplay from the hunter's perspective. If you die too many times, the respawning, it's almost irrelevant at that point. So just don't die too many times, or you're gonna lose. So right now, as the monster, I was just trying to get my shields up, find a good escape route, because I don't have that much health left, so I prioritized in making sure I try to build my shields back up again. And that was the name of the game right here. Right now I'm trying to use my other ability, my leap ability, to also get away from the hunters. I didn't know this at this point, but I was actually supposed to aim the reticle a little bit higher to gain a little bit more distance. So back to the whole thing where you have to be wary of your environments. Throughout the entire game, you probably saw that I was trying to avoid those clusters of birds. If you walk past them too loudly, those clusters of birds will actually fly up in the air, and they give your position away instantly to the hunters. And there are a bunch of other ways the hunters can find out where you are based on their class. But once we actually play as those characters, I get a little bit more involved in it. I think if I would have been a little bit more aggressive, because this was only my 2nd game ever playing as the Goliath, so I was just like really, really cautious. I'm like, I don't know if I'm strong enough yet. I don't know if I have enough shields yet to be able to tackle fighting the entire team. But I feel now, based on watching this gameplay again, if I just played it a little bit, tiny bit more aggressive, I think we could have done it. Getting stuck in the mobile arena is not necessarily a bad thing, because even though you're stuck in it, once the hunters walk into it, they're stuck in it with you as well. They can't escape unless the trapper purposely tries or purposely brings it back down. But in that case, it takes a long time for the mobile arena to recharge again, so ideally you don't want to miss with it. So right now I thought to myself, okay, we're in decent position, so right now I will go for the secondary objective. that would allow me to win the round, which is destroy the generator. But in this case, they didn't want me to do that, obviously. So we're gonna have our final stand right here at the generator area. And I think my main problem here is that I didn't tackle them in clusters enough. They all stayed pretty separate, and when they stayed pretty separate, it made things difficult to focus on a single person. In this case, I maybe should have tried to keep my eye out exactly where the medic was the entire time, just so people wouldn't respawn. But at this point, it's kind of just like, at this point, I kind of thought to myself, man, I know for a fact that I am probably going to lose here, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It was only my second time playing as Goliath, and I thought I did a pretty good job. So yeah, this is gameplay from the monster perspective from Evolve. Like I said, I'm going to bring you guys more gameplay from the various classes. In each class, there's 2 characters, so yeah, that's so 4 classes, so that's 8 gameplays in total. And we also have another monster as well. We have the Kraken, so I'm going to be bringing you guys gameplay as quickly as possible, because I have not had this much fun playing a multiplayer in a very, very long time. I was trying to make my escape here to build up my shields, but it was kind of fruitless. I have not had an opportunity, or I have not played a multiplayer in a long time that was this fun, especially since it's kind of like the LAN effect, where I think things are a lot more fun when the other people are directly in the room. It might have been that, but overall I thought the game was really, really fun, especially since you could rotate who's going to play as what class, who's going to play as the monster. And I cannot wait to bring you guys more footage of this game in the next coming days. And I cannot wait for this game to finally come out in, I think it's February of next year. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to see more, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comment box. And other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Drop the video a quick rating to let me know if you enjoyed, and I shall see you guys next time. All right, as always, have a fantastic day.